Anglerfish 2, The Deepening. Yes. All right, that definitely stays in the record.
Welcome to episode 90 of Rebels Without a Pod, the show that dares asks the question, "Get ready for a movie about friendship, brother."
Yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight, we are pausing our new-to-you neo-noir cycle for a live watch and review of John Carpenter's movie, They Live. My name is Andy. Joining me tonight, Johnny on research and planning.
How's it going?
And Pod Daddy Eric, because podcasting's a bitch and Eric's back in heat.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
get Randy.
Let's see.
Don't get mad at Andy. He's just reading what's on the paper.
I'm just reading the paper.
Yeah. Who handed you that note?
The research
all our content is currently up on the Rebels Without a Pod YouTube and Spotify channels. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We're primarily an audio show and trying to get established on Spotify. So we ask any YouTube subscribers, if you have a Spotify account and it's at all convenient, we'd appreciate a listen there.
Wait, let me drop this in. Hey, Andy, how much does it cost to create a Spotify account?
I'm going to assume the answer is $0. I don't know.
That's right, folks. It's just $0 to create a Spotify account. You too could have your own Spotify account. Register today, and you could listen to such great pods as Rebels Without a Pod.
Yeah, and that's
back
the
to
only
you, Andy.
This is 2 straight episodes of Eric just looking the happiest I've ever seen him on one of these
Who handed that
recordings.
note to me? That was weird.
That was a great segue to I don't know what. Next week, we are concluding the new-to-you neo-noir cycle with Johnny's pick, the 1980 British gangster classic, The Long Good Friday. As of record today, it's still streaming on HBO Max, so anyone who would like to watch along has that option.
Should we record on a Friday?
A long Good Friday. Well, we missed Good Friday already, so we'll have to save this movie for next year.
Better Friday.
So after that movie, we're excited to kick off our canonized cycle, which is a look at the movies of the notorious schlock production house Canon Films. We're starting with my pick, Tobe Hooper's 1985 sci-fi horror film Life Force. Yes, I did pick a horror movie. That one is actually streaming on both Prime Video and Tubi, so anybody can also watch along with that if they choose to.
We should also mention tonight, they live, and specifically a live watch, and like the fact that Andy is the one moderating. This is all because he is the official winner of our 2026 Oscar pool that we all had a few weeks ago.
It's weird because I feel like we all won.
We all won. I think this is the only thing I've ever won.
Well, technically we all tied, and then Andy had we had a runoff finally for predicting what the actual winners of the Golden Razzies were for 2026.
That's right.
And that was what finally crowned the victor.
So really,
like
that's
you were
what I'm
showing off. Like everything I picked was wrong. Just I don't know how you did it. Some magic.
I'll tell you how I did it. I watched. I've mentioned it a million times before, but I watched that Corridor Crew show on YouTube, and they did so many like not reviews, but just talks about how bad that War of the Worlds movie was. Just from
the
an
IQ War of the Worlds Amazon film, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, so I had no idea for context at all.
I'd never seen it.
Okay.
I just know that everybody that watched it said that it was absolutely just a massive turd. And I thought, well, more than likely, that's the worst movie of the year.
Yeah.
That was it.
And I'm just saying, it's they threw that out there on purpose. The whole thing with not Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, and how much shit that movie got. And I'm like, it has to be Cinderella. I don't even know what the dwarfs look like. Are they still dwarves?
I'm sure the Snow White that they did earlier this year.
Oh, sorry, not Cinderella. Yeah,
Snow White. Yeah,
see, that's how little I know.
The dwarves are dwarves, but they're CGI dwarves. But they're also like in that uncanny valley where it's just weird.
Or are they? Yeah, I don't know. I remember the original. Remember when they started like the online? It just popped up out of nowhere. Nobody knew there was gonna be a Snow White movie, and then they're like, "Look at what they did! These fucking twinks!" And it's just like a bunch of different kinds of people that maybe somebody on the other side of the aisle is just not a fan of. And I'm like, "Oh man, it's Rage in the Base. Here we go."
Right. There was a huge online kind of campaign against that, but it was also poorly reviewed, looked like shit. Somebody a little while back, I was watching some random YouTube thing, pointed out that the lead actress, the way that she had made her look exactly like the villain from the first Shrek movie. Was that Lord Farquaad?
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things. The second it's pointed out, you can't actually unsee it at all.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Kind of a doom from the start.
Well, anyway, so we're gonna do the live watch of They Live. We're gonna hop off. We'll do the live watch, and then we'll come back and we will do our show content.
A real movie to see with your friends. Excited for this one.
That's right.
We live for this.
We live. See you guys on the other side.
In there.
That's good.
Love it.
They Live is a 1988 American science fiction action horror film written, directed, and scored.
I put on the glasses and it just says bad podcast.
Oh.
Oh, no. All right, take them off.
Wait, that's not what it says. Subscribe.
Keep the show on track, Andrew.
Sorry. Written, directed, and scored by John Carpenter. Synopsis in brief. I have ones that Johnny wrote, and then I have one or two of my own. Synopsis in brief. Average Worcester lunch break. Alt synopsis in brief. Letterboxd user Cinephila, quote, fucked up if true. Yeah. Anybody else got one?
Something about Holly just says in league with Skullface guy. That will make more sense when we do canonized.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Synopsis in brief. Wow. These new contacts work great. They oh no. I think I got stuck up in my eyelid. Ow.
Yeah.
How about this one? Synopsis in brief.
Oh, go ahead. Go.
They
live deliciously.
Yes. We'll make this into our Egger cycle.
Just that idiot licking his nuts again.
Synopsis in brief, pretty thorough tactical training for a couple of day laborers.
It's true.
The second they got up their hands on like assault rifles, it was like SEAL Team 6.
Synopsis in brief. Obey my dog.
Synopsis in brief, 4 names for the movie. Mine was okay. They live ... for aim sex. Eric was better. He just said they give.
They give.
Every fucking podcast.
They give hand jobs.
Okay. Anybody else got any more?
Synopsis in brief, average Whole Foods experience.
Wait, synopsis in brief. I have come here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all at wait, where's my kilt?
Synopsis in brief, hashtag guy friendships.
Yeah.
Dude, you can knee me in the nuts 6 times any day of the week. Just don't bite me. Ow. Ooh.
There's so much trash in that.
Did you see where he got bit too? It was like right at the bottom of his hand, not like.
Right.
I mean, it could have been between like the thumb and like the pointer, and that would have
did their own fight choreography. The script just says Roddy and Keith fight for a while.
They sure
Same with
did.
Enter the Dragon.
And then each page after that just says fight continues.
This movie stars Roddy Piper, Keith David, and Meg Foster. It's from a short story called 8 O'Clock in the Morning by Ray Nelson. They Live was a minor success upon release, debuting at #1 at the North American box office. It initially received negative reviews from critics, but as with many Carpenter films, later gained a cult following and experienced a significantly more favorable reception. It's now regarded by many as one of Carpenter's best. Film critic Matt Zoller cites on the film's legacy, quote, "If you show this film to young viewers, you might have to explain Morning in America and trickle-down economics to get across exactly what made this film so surprising at the time. You might also brace yourself to expect laughter at how primitive certain features of 1988 American life now seem. But these and other technological details aren't terribly important ultimately. Look at the police marching ominously forward, clunking their batons and raising their firearms, and you see Ferguson, Missouri. Listen to the rants about how we are all just cattle to be bred and slaughtered, and you'll feel like you're on Twitter or Facebook. In all the superficial ways, this is a dated movie, but put the sunglasses on and you realize it hasn't aged a day." So, general impressions. Who wants to go first?
Papa, this is the second in a row you've just been kind of grinning ear to ear for most of the episodes. So how about we go first?
We had our video feed off the whole time. What are you talking?
You can just hear it.
It's this. I adore this movie. I own this movie. It's not a perfect movie at all. I laugh at so much of it because I'm not sure whether it's serious or not. But in terms of the sci-fi, I do appreciate a lot of that. And Roddy Piper is just, man, he just cranks that cheese factor up so much. The way he delivers all his lines, it brings me back to like late 80s watching like WWF wrestling. It just has all those feels, and I don't hate it.
Johnny, what about you?
So we're kind of joining the pantheon of about 10,000 or so other middle-aged guy podcasts of just exalting how amazing Carpenter is. Like his, even when you revisit his mediocre stuff, it's astonishing the talent, the intelligence, and like the forward thinking he would exhibit in so much of his movies. And this is not one of the mediocre. To me, Carpenter made two perfect movies. I would say The Thing and Big Trouble in Little China. This is right in the tier below. It's a little self-indulgent. It's a little messagey. Carpenter himself, as person said, this movie is me trying to get off my shit, but it does it in a way that's simultaneously so on the nose and so broad and obvious, but at the same time smart and sharp and it's satirical and fucking biting. Like this one is always a privilege to watch, and it's another one of these things where you're hooked into it for the first frame and you don't know what's going to happen next right up to the
Yeah, I think well said. I'm not going to be nearly that eloquent. I'm just going to say this movie fucking rules. From the very first time I saw it back in the, probably in the 90s, mid to late 90s, and I've seen it, probably half a dozen times.
I saw it a year ago. No lie.
No kidding. Wow. That's amazing. I haven't seen it probably since right after college.
Really?
So that would have been like the, early 2000s maybe. But yeah, this movie, it scratches all the itches for me. It's like a B movie with the dude that I idolized as a kid, as a wrestler. And there's action and there's zombie aliens and there's, space time continuum travel and there's cool sunglasses. It's just great. It's awesome.
But at the same time, also the most relevant contemporary political messaging you'll see in like films that had 10 times the budget and 100 times the seriousness.
Yeah, and what's the most interesting about that aspect of it too is like I said, I haven't seen it since, you know, I was probably in my early 20s, maybe mid 20s, when I was not nearly as, I guess, aware of the world and everything that was going on. Seeing it now with sort of, you know, older and I guess arguably wiser eyes, it's something else, man. It's really something else.
Just think about that. It's like when we were kids, and it's like I don't know anything about like how it was when Reagan was in office and all the shit people had to go through, but it just feels like nowadays it hits so close. Like people mention it so much, Reaganomics, and I'm like, I've heard the term, I don't really know what it means.
Morning in America, a lot of that shit.
I'm just like, the only thing that's missing from this film is them to mention the 2%. Just say that phrase, the 2%, then I'm like, oh, there we go. There's direct line to nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I guess diving into sort of the questions, the most famous, the kind of the part of the movie that everybody remembers is the fight scene. 5.5 minutes in a fight scene in the back alley. The brawl between Nada and Frank is obviously, you know, super fun to watch, super entertaining. But does it serve sort of a broader thematic point, or is its length and brutality just there for the sake of excess? I have my opinions on this, but Eric, what do you think?
I mean, for Carpenter, think about what Carpenter's done in his career, what he's done for films, where he influences so many people. It wouldn't surprise me that he's just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to do a fight scene. But like, while most action films have a fight scene that lasts like maybe a couple minutes tops, I'm just going to have the longest fight scene in a film. And
going for the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, I watched a documentary on this film, and Carpenter was talking about it.
It's just like the single longest fight scene ever in a Western movie, right?
Yeah. The best part of the documentary is Carpenter's like, so yeah, I met Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 3. That's how he got wind of him. So apparently he was a pretty big wrestling fan at the time. He knew what to expect. He gave this guy like so much leeway in the film for writing the dialogue to like helping choreograph some of the fight scenes and just adding stuff in and trying to make stuff look realistic. It really just feels like a backstreet like wrestling match, which is totally cool with me. But I guess they spent a month and a half working on this fight scene. So
wow.
They just wanted to look right, I guess. And Keith David also too. They just kept telling them, they're like, go with your fucking instinct, whatever you want to do. And so there was actual physical contact most of the time while they were fighting.
When you're watching this, there's no stunt doubles, and obviously it's film, and obviously it's choreography, and obviously it's things that are fake, but it's still two dudes. It's a concrete alleyway covered in trash, and regardless of how the punches are pulled, they're still being thrown down onto like the fucking asphalt. It's so nasty. It's so visceral, and this is over a decade before the Matrix. Like seeing the two actual performers fight in a scene like this in a Western movie was extremely rare.
I was a huge wrestling fan back then, and basically all through high school. I kind of fell off of it after that, but there is so much wrestling, TV professional wrestling in that fight. There's a suplex, and there's a backbreaker, and there's all that kind of stuff, and like you can totally see the Roddy Piper influence on that. And like even when they do the backbreaker, it's set up in such, not the backbreaker, the suplex, it's set up and it looks exactly like it would, in the WWE or WWF at the time, where, Piper is sort of cradling Keith David's head. So when they hit the ground, it looks bad, but it isn't bad. It's just, I don't know. It's really fun to watch through the eyes of somebody who was so into wrestling like I was back in the day.
I will save that 2x4 though. That Nada was swinging. He swings it at one point. Keith David ducks. It looks like it almost grazes his head. It's so close. I was like,
yeah,
they were just
killed him.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not going to see that kind of shit nowadays.
And here's what you got to consider. Obviously, Roddy was a highly accomplished wrestler at this point.
Yeah.
David went to Juilliard for acting, and the closest thing he had to any kind of fight training was all the dance classes that
Yeah.
this was his first time doing any fight shit whatsoever in any kind of performance.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but dude who held his own the entire time. It just a thing I love about this fight scene is it feels like two guys that are more or less convincingly on the same level, like the back and forth with it.
I love how they do the walkway too, and then they just come right back to fighting.
Yeah.
It's not done yet. You can look at the thing we didn't bring up too. I mean, I figure one of you would bring this up. It's just the other way you can look at this is just the whole point of the fight is because Nada's trying to get Frank to put on the glasses.
Right.
So it's just kind of like there's people are in denial, or even if they're aware of kind of what's going on, they don't want to accept it.
Benign indifference is how they said it in the movie.
Struggle to try to convince somebody of something that's so ingrained in them to think something different. Maybe it takes 5.5 minutes of kicking their ass to beat it into them.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the puppet masters are pulling the strings above them, and we're all too busy infighting to actually see the truth of what's going on.
Exactly. It sort of drives me nuts when people sort of talk about, Blazing Saddles would have been sort of like banned and kind of shunned and canceled, because if you actually spend any time revisiting that movie as an adult, it's kind of the exact same story. It's about how rich people get poor people infighting, particularly poor people of different races infighting, to keep them distracted from the people on top, all the bullshit they're actually pulling off.
Yeah. Here's that one scene where the guy's like, "Hey, look, it's a trans gunfight. Let's go get him. Get the tenders back."
Yeah. That's a little. This movie hits a lot closer to home than you would think a schlocky, kind of sci-fi horror movie would hit. But man, it really does.
That's the Carpenter thing. He was not only smart, he was not shy about being smart, but he was also not shy about being violent and dark and fucked up at the same time. It's like this and his other greats. Everything that can juggle simultaneously, a movie that is so social and so political, but also has a couple guys just beating the shit out of each other in an alleyway for 5.5 minutes. You can watch this at 5 years old and be entertained by one aspect. You can watch this at 45, be entertained by that same aspect, but also simultaneously all the adult, sophisticated shit that comes with it. It's real something.
So, all right. So, another talking point: the obey and consume and reproduce signs are, all over this movie. It's iconic. They actually ended up getting, kind of co-opted by Shepard Fairey, who's a very famous artist, and that kind of was the start of his entire obey campaign.
Wasn't his thing originally like he just kind of ripped off your base sign and added on?
That's exactly it. Yeah. He admits that that's where it all started. Like he's not shy about it. How would these messages translate to the digital age if They Live was made today?
I have it a bunch.
Let's hear it.
Let's see. Invest in crypto. I got a bunch of weird ones too. Go paperless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought it was fun.
Like
upgrade today.
No, not November.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I had Netflix and chill.
We've already said one on this podcast, and not ironically either, which is like, comment, and subscribe.
Comment, and subscribe. Oh, how
also
about
check us out on Spotify?
Check us out on Spotify. Yeah, exactly.
How about get vaccinated?
Oh God.
Hey.
I was struggling between that one and the flu shot. Everybody gets a flu shot every year, and then you're like, I don't know, I don't want to. There might be cancer in this
guy who spent 5 days on my bed hacking up his spleen.
You know what? It only made me stronger.
I do not think that's the
Probably
case.
the dry weather. I mean,
right.
Nevada. I'm not used to the dry heat.
Yeah. It made him ask me for a wool blanket, folks. A rare moment of vulnerability.
Oh,
Anything else?
I wrote down what's really interesting about this is that this was probably edgy and daring in the 80s of just like, okay, again, because this film outright shows a guy that's supposed to be Reagan. Oh, but holy shit, he's actually an alien. And then in the 90s, we have X-Files and this idea that, this vast swaths of our government and our military and the highest echelons of kind of science and power are maybe or maybe not kind of in league with these things. And I think it's so prevalent at this point. And I'm sure this thing was very subversive if you just kind of figure, coming out for like almost kind of 40 years ago. But to me, there's an element of, let me put it this way. Elon Musk sounds like a name an alien would try to make up if he was trying to fit in with humans and did a bad job.
Well, look what he named his most recent child.
Right. It's all just numbers and Greek characters.
Yeah.
There's something about this now that I'm sure was very edgy and ahead of its time. And we can kind of get into this like a little bit later, but the zeitgeist now to me almost feels like if there's a big reveal tomorrow that aliens are not only real but part of our government, I don't even know that that's the number one story in the paper.
Oh God.
I like how he came up with the idea where he's just like, hey, why don't I create this vehicle that reminds people of like that vehicle from Blade Runner? And that will help them kind of, bring them into.
Right.
So let me see. Let me add to my list.
Organic beings find right angles smoothing.
Buy an electric vehicle.
So the first guy that I know who bought a hybrid.
Send me home to Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think that it's algorithm driven. If you were to make that today, like obey is trust your algorithm, consume is add to cart or recommended for you or something like that.
That's good. Add to cart.
Reproduce is build your brand, don't fall behind the Joneses. Everything.
A mystery on the show we have literally been screaming at the listeners for months to try to figure out is why is our Kung Fu Hustle full-length episode as popular as it is.
I like how it's coming off the tail end of Reproduce. Maybe we're helping repopulate America.
Yeah. It's interesting. Okay, so moving on. The 80s was the time of the heavyweight action stars. How is Roddy Piper's performance similar to other heavyweights of the era, like Schwarzenegger and Stallone, or how is it different? Does anybody have any takes on that?
I would like to leave with this. And controversial, I put it to you. Roddy, in the first act of this movie, before he gets the sunglasses and starts going crazy and kind of shooting up banks, is this the best ever Hollywood movie performance of a pro wrestler? Just the first act.
It's an interesting question. I mean, it's a very understated, like he doesn't come off as a pro wrestler in the first part of this movie. He's very quiet. He's kind of a drifter. It's pretty
he's broken.
It's pretty convincing.
He's extremely sedate. Like this, it's a broken man. Like I don't know who hurt him, but I was trying to figure out the beginning of the movie. I'm like, was he the right choice for this film? I'm like, how would The Rock be if he was cast for this film?
Not as good. Not as nearly as good.
I feel like he would overdo it. Like he would really.
If we wait long enough, we'll probably find out.
He would not allow the Carpenter to kill him off at the end of the film.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, if we wait long enough, we'll find out because they'll do a remake of it with some,
with Jack Black.
Yeah. Bound to happen.
Instead of going to that, we just watch this one a second time.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Kevin Hart's gonna play Keith David.
Yeah. I mean, the whole second act of this movie for him is driven by one-liners, which is such an Arnie and Stallone kind of thing. But few of them are actually particularly memorable from this movie, other than the bubblegum line.
Right.
Even that weird.
Start eating that trash can is something kind of special.
Which one?
Yeah.
Start eating that trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on these, oh yeah, I don't.
What was that one about? Like, he called that woman's face, it looked like cheese dip or
You,
something.
you look like your face fell into the cheese dip back in 1957.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And he's like,
Yeah.
and I was born that year. Mic drop.
Then my mother died in a catering accident.
None of them are quite the I'll be back or hasta la vista baby that Arnie kind of coined.
It's the way he delivers it. And all I wrote for my notes here was has no riz. It's just something about the way he delivers the line. It's kind of cheesy. He's just kind of saying them off the cuff. It just, I don't know.
The direction did seem to be, as soon as you realize aliens are real, just do a bunch of promo shit that you wrote down on a little notebook.
Yeah. I just felt bad for Frank. I'm like, Frank was like, hey, man, like at the beginning of the movie, he was kind of cool and he was a loner and he did his own thing. And then when they're in the hotel room and it's like every fucking line out of his mouth is just this cheesy one-liner, Frank's just like, man, I just should not have taken the glasses. He just walked away.
Okay, so the film ends on a famously abrupt and sort of comedic note. Does it work with the overall theme of this movie, or the way the movie goes to have it end that abruptly? Does it work? Do you think what do you think happens next? Is there a revolution? Is humanity too far gone to actually fight back? Like, where does this go? What does They Live 2 look like?
Papa, you go on this one.
There's no way that it's over. I mean, they said aliens have pretty much taken over the world at this point. I mean, this is just like a blip on the radar. It's like how much bullshit do we hear nowadays? Again,
this is kind of like a reverse January 6th kind of situation.
Yeah, they always come up with something where it's like they were the victims because you expose them as being different and you don't embrace as a liberal different people and their differences. And
it is kind of notable in that kind of revolutionary meeting that they had. You immediately sort of saw kind of factional infighting between the guys that were just like, no, we have to strike it back against these guys now, versus the older people being like, we need to bide our time and get a hold of communication satellites. And it's just very, very Nancy Pelosi coded, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like, though, too, bringing up Elon Musk again, which I hate it and we just got canceled, but it's like the shit that he gets away with. And then the things that he's just like, look over here, I'm creating rockets to go to Mars. We've got a free Wi-Fi for everybody in the Middle East who are fighting right now. And
I would be more on board if you would just kind of do like those 50s kind of eccentric kind of like a race 80 days around the world in a balloon. Like
yeah. Lives in a room with jars full of his own urine.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Our news cycle is just, it's on a dime at this point. So, I mean, that's stuff that just, it would be, I'm sure in like whatever year this movie, 1988, this would have been like the headlines everywhere. So maybe it would have been a bigger thing back then. But nowadays, if this happened, people would be like, oh shit, that's kind of fucked up. I always kind of thought that. Oh, wait, no, there was something wrong with like the filter on the programming.
2 months ago, the Defense Department tried to blacklist a major American technology company for refusing to build the Defense Department a Skynet. You read the entirety of the story. They wanted a literal Skynet to like give us a AI system that can control the entire country's automated weaponry. The company said no, and for the last couple of months, they've just been trying to just completely obliterate like any ability that they have to kind of do business in the States. And it's another one of these things of just kind of like these sci-fi horror headlines are in the news cycle for about like a day and a half, and then we're on to the next thing. If aliens were revealed to live among us tomorrow, that might go like a week and a half, but then I think we'd honestly kind of hear Chuck Schumer talking about, well, the organ farming that they're doing, there needs to be compromise legislation.
I think the big news would be, they'd be like, well, we also found out that their dicks are like half the size of a typical human dick, so we could let them live here with us. It's fine.
That's kind of funny. Colin Jost is going to crack wise about that this weekend.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the next update.
Yeah, I mean, I think it works because the whole movie is so ridiculous. Even though it's kind of prescient, if that's the correct word for it or whatever. But like,
More than a little bit,
yeah. But it works. I mean, the fact that it's sort of jokey at the end, and it cuts to the woman having sex with the alien, and then it's and you got Roddy Piper flipping off everybody, fuck it, and all this kind. I don't know. The whole thing works for me. Every bit of this movie works for me, even the ridiculous
Every time
parts.
Meg Foster portrays humanity, you're just like, okay, maybe this is a
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with you. I love the ending. I think it's a perfect ending because it's like, what are you gonna do at that point? You're gonna do it's not typical of Carpenter to do what everybody else is doing. You can have the happy ending like everybody else and say, "Yay, we won!" But it's like it's a sickness, and it's not going away. And so, just
that box, right?
He's just like, "Fuck it,
yeah.
Fuck it."
It's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a ton that we can go into for Vigo's toes for this one. I only wrote down a few because I could do this all day, but does anybody have any cool Vigo's toes they want to share?
I'm going to sit this one out because there's so much stuff, and it's just my favorite thing is, again, Roddy Piper, nationally famous actor. I'm a professional wrestler. Keith David, trained actor and dancer, Juilliard. Still managed to have like that. That's the maybe the coolest trivia of like all time. Certainly, kind of what we covered on the show. So I'll roll back.
So let me throw something out real quick, and then you can do yours. But I'm gonna give a pretty long list of names here: Alec Baldwin, Michael Bean, Brian Bosworth, Jeff Bridges, Bruce Campbell, Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, Mel Gibson, Tommy Lee Jones, Michael Keaton, Christopher Lambert, Stephen Lang, Dolph Lundgren, Michael Madsen, Bill Paxton, Ron Perlman, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Patrick Swayze, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Bruce Willis.
All tried to ask out Meg Foster.
What did they all have in common? They were all, at least allegedly, at one point considered to play the role of Nada. And yet, Roddy Piper was given the opportunity, again, as I think it was Johnny that mentioned it, or maybe it was Eric, but where Carpenter was just a big wrestling fan, and he saw Piper, in wrestling, and thought that's the guy. Interestingly enough about that, Vince McMahon, the president, CEO, whatever he is of WWF, WWE, told Carpenter, "No, you can't have Roddy Piper. I'll get you another wrestler." And Piper said, "Fuck that." He quit the WWF, took this job, and then was able to go back to the WWF after this, a much bigger star, and make a boatload more money. So,
wow.
Follow your dreams, kids.
That's right.
Seriously.
That's right. Eric, what do you got?
All right. So apparently John Carpenter wrote this, the screenplay for this film after doing Christine. And this was kind of at the height of his popularity. So when he wrote the screenplay for this, he actually didn't put his name on it. He put down the pseudonym Frank Armitage, which is a character from H.P. Lovecraft's story, the Dunwich Horror, which I thought was interesting.
Didn't one of us play Frank Armitage when we reviewed the Arkham Horror card game?
Yes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I
really
think that's the main detective.
Yeah. That's right. Fuck.
So I was like, that's cool. Other thing I had was Jeff. Oh, did I fuck up his name? Jeff Iwata. He was the stunt coordinator for the film. He actually, because they had budgetary constraints, they not only used him to help coordinate some of like the stunt scenes and fight scenes, but also he is pretty much like 90% of like the aliens, mainly the ones that talk. Okay, so throughout the film, they just stuck him in costume. They had him playing male and female aliens. And you can see throughout, you'll recognize him because you just see this alien with like the same stature as like the previous alien, whether it's male or female. And I thought it was kind of interesting. They just kept sticking him in there as the alien. They're like, yeah, he's a good height for an alien.
It's not like the effect is not particularly elaborate either. It's like a basic kind of like 2-layer Halloween mask. They just
yeah. There was one guy designed it, and then I was going to say the makeup that goes on the masks after they've been applied was done by John Carpenter's wife at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of my favorite little pieces of trivia. So toward the end of the movie, when they are down in the underground bunker and they run past the guard station, there's two guards that are standing there holding their communicator. And if you're a movie buff, you'll notice this. The communicator that they're using is the exact same prop that they use in Ghostbusters, the PKE meter.
Yeah.
Exact same prop. And it's also something that was used. This one I wasn't aware of. Was also used in the movie Suburban Commando as another thing. Suburban Commando was the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Hogan. He's an alien bounty hunter that crash lands on Earth.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But I thought that was cool. I mean, it's the exact same prop doing the exact same thing with the little deedly boppers that go up and down with the lights on them.
I think during our watch, I literally cracked wise. Are they trying to find Slime?
Yeah, right.
Wait. Let me add to this if you don't have this in your notes. The glasses that they used for the film, did you have this? They were leftovers from Big Trouble in Little China.
No.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So there's a scene with like this 18-wheeler, and then there's this guy wearing like the black shades, and I guess they had some leftover pairs. And so they just decided to use them for this film.
That's great. Life's a bitch and she's back in heat is Randy Macho Man Savage's favorite line in the film, or I guess was.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had.
Or Roddy.
Say again.
Macho Man Randy Savage, Roddy Piper.
No, it was Macho Man's favorite line.
Macho Man.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah. John Carpenter brought real homeless people. What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say also the Kool-Aid Man's favorite line in the film.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Carpenter brought real homeless people into production for several scenes and to play smaller characters and gave them food and a paycheck. Piper was quoted as saying he thought that was a pretty classy thing to do.
Yeah.
Which it was. I would agree.
Let me guess, they got a week's worth of pay.
Yeah, it's all they could get for him. And a pair of sunglasses.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I've got for the movie. This was just a good, fun watch. I guess it's less fun when you realize how right on the nose it is for where we're at right now. But if you leave that behind and just look at it as a fun, sci-fi movie with a wrestler and a classically trained actor in the two lead roles, good times.
Yeah.
The fun thing I think about this film is and you get this like a lot of Carpenter, and certainly the best Carpenter, is he seems to be making the exact movie that he wanted.
Yeah.
In the way that he wanted to do it, with people that he wanted to work with, having it look like how he wanted to look, and having a message that he wants to kind of put out. I think he is. I kind of joked about it earlier, but sort of just middle-aged guys kind of doing movie podcasts like this. I mean, there's a reason maybe that if there are 3,000 movie podcasts like this out in the world, 2,997 of them will at least have an episode about the things. Jesus fucking Christ, how perfect is this movie, and how especially ahead at the time, because it's just like he fucking did it his way. That's some cool stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Okay, guys.
And
So
at the very moment, he's like, "Bibbidi bobbidi boo, bafangua, bafangua you."
I like how you're saying all this with no context about what's going on with Naveen right now.
Well,
Zero
this is what we'll make
context.
it in the episode. We need to keep us all in the episode.
Yeah. All right. So I put together a little sorbet for this. I think it's fun. I hope you guys also think it's fun. I'm going to share my screen. So
No hint about what this is about. So
that's correct.
oh, look at this.
So I have created a tier list for wrestlers turned actors. Let's see. All right. So you guys can see that?
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. All right, so there is a laundry list of actors that have kind of jumped from pro wrestling into acting itself, and some have been better than others at it. I'm going to say I've thrown together a list of, I don't know, maybe 12 of them, 10, 12, 13, something like that, and we're gonna list them just so that we're clear. Most of these lists are usually done on a tier list of S, A, B, C, D, F. I've got it down to I tried to bring it down to types of wrestlers. So the F tier would be your green guys. They'd be your trainees. They'd be the guys that are still at the combine. They have not graduated to the big show yet. You got your jobbers. Jobbers are the guys that are their job is basically to just get beat on by the more well-known, well-liked wrestlers. Makes them look better. You got the lower mid-carders, who are the guys that they've graduated from jobber, or maybe they never were jobbers, but they've got something going. They're building their character a little bit, but they haven't quite gotten it down yet, or they haven't quite hit with the fans yet. Then you've got
all these the same tiers they use for gay porn. Continue.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I was like, jobber is the person that keeps it moist down there between takes.
That's a different kind of job, but I think you're right.
In the straight stuff, it's fluffer, but it's definitely jobber and stuff like they give.
Or slobber.
Yeah.
Just keep eating.
You got your mid-carders, who are the guys that have a kind of an established character. People like them. They show up on Monday Night Raw. They're a name that people recognize.
Please slobber.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue.
You've been over slobbered.
On Monday Night Raw
and Tuesday Night Raw.
Dog.
Honey of the Goose recording next week, folks. Episode 17.
We keep it raw.
You've got your main eventers. These are guys that are like household names, and they'll wrestle at WrestleMania, and they'll even win some matches at WrestleMania, even against some of the bigger guys. But then you got your superstars. These are everybody knows these people. Even people that aren't wrestling fans know these people. They are superstars in their own rights. So,
all right,
let's see if I can make this work.
S to F tier.
So it's S to F tier. Yes. The
Got
first guy we've got is the biggest man on campus, man. It's number one in your playbill,
brother,
Mr. Hulk Hogan. But now let's keep in mind, we're not talking about their wrestling careers. We're talking about their acting careers.
Oh man,
Okay,
he was a force in the 80s.
4 Hulk movies quickly.
I can name. He was in Rocky.
No Holds
2 or
Barred.
3. No Holds Barred.
Mr. Nanny. Suburban
Mr.
Commando.
Nanny.
What's the one with the arm wrestling?
That's over the top. But he's not in that one, I don't think, is he?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's the lead.
No. You're thinking No Holds Barred.
Over the top. Hold on.
Over the Top is the one with Stallone. He's the.
No, you're right.
Which is actually a canon film.
Oh, sweet.
Somehow.
So where do we put Mr. Terry Bollea?
Robert Loggia.
Loggia. Or for Robert Loggia.
I feel like he's such an iconic presence for certainly the guys our age, but he's kind of never done anything great or semi-great.
He was in Muppets from Space, if that changes your mind.
But
not
what you're saying is S tier.
And got mad at the movie and pulled his shirt off in the middle of the screening.
Yeah,
of Gremlins 2 that he was watching within Gremlins 2. So
that's right.
We could each name one of his films, so there is recognition there beyond name. I would say he's maybe between an A and a B.
I feel he's the strongest B.
The strongest.
He's
a top B.
Okay. I tend to agree with the B ranking.
Yeah.
Could we say he's a top Carter?
Not a bottom Carter?
Yeah. All
right. Next, we've got Mr. Kevin Nash.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is.
So Kevin Nash is this picture that I got here is of him in Punisher. The best story about him is this scene where you can see this.
Which Punisher?
The one with Thomas Jane.
Because there was one previously, right?
There was with Dolph Lundgren.
Okay, so the Thomas Jane, who was the director of that one? She's kind of like a famous crazy Russian lady.
I can't remember.
Yeah, like Lexi something or other.
But the most famous part from that whole movie is this scene that I'm showing right here in this picture, where he actually in real life accidentally gets stabbed by Thomas Jane,
Oh, Jesus.
and proceeds to complete the entire scene running on, I guess, actor's adrenaline, and then after the fact realized he'd actually been stabbed. You want to talk about method acting? He stayed in character the whole time.
Jonathan Hicksley, 2004, Thomas Jane.
Yeah, who is this again?
Okay,
Kevin Nash.
He was a wrestler in the 90s. That's the thing. It's like I dropped off probably like 91, 92.
This is where the Thomas Jane Punisher fights John Travolta as a villain called Howard Sink.
Oh, God.
That's correct.
Okay.
I will say Kevin Nash was a superstar in the WWF.
Okay.
In his
But
time.
we're not evaluating this for like.
I was
correct.
going to say, yeah, he has a 21-time championship wins across
Yes.
WWE, WCW, and TNA.
Correct.
I don't know what TNA is, but I can imagine what it is.
Yeah, it's So I think, being that none of you guys even know who this dude is,
You know what? He's keeping it wet.
One of the
Keep
three
it
of
wet.
us. That's a jobber. That's a jobber.
you think he's a jobber? Okay,
Yeah,
Keeping
the cool
you
scene and the cool movie with
I'm a jobber.
got it.
To clarify, job was a D.
Dwayne
Oh,
the
wait,
Rock
wait.
Johnson.
D. Buddy, put him about that S tier. He's earned it.
He's percentage-wise, he's made a lot of good stuff. He's made a lot of schlock.
He has. I
He seems
just
to-
watched him in a film yesterday. I just watched him in the Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and he was fantastic in it.
Here's my argument for keeping him out of S. He refuses to lose in any movie that he's in. And that just seems like just really childish, heartless, irrational.
What does he refuse?
To lose any fight, to lose any.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal, man. He's an S tier. That's why. Why would he give it up?
I mean, he's an A-list actor at this point, isn't he?
He's a household name. Kevin Nash is not a household name.
It's true.
The Hulk had a very short-lived career, so B's well deserved. But I mean, The Rock is. I mean, even kids know him from doing the voice of.
I was just thinking the other day about like the Rundown, which, if you guys don't remember, has not only like a great Christopher Walken's like Crime Boss performance, but like The Rock, the whole movie's like, I can't touch guns, I can't use guns. He's so fucked up that he use guns. And then finally he picks up a whole bunch of guns to wipe out like his enemy encampment, but like the guy that's been his ally the entire time. The whole fight scene is just sitting in a long chair, chugging beers, and screaming out Bible verses. So it was one of the sweetest fucking things I've ever just kind of seen in a film. So you've got
one vote for A tier.
I think he's a little arrogant.
know
But
he's
if
cooking.
you want to, if you have your heart sets on S tier,
I'm going to be the tiebreaker. He's definitely S tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely S tier. All
Let's
right,
set the bar
next
here.
We really need to cover the rundown on the plot.
we could do that. So this is Tiny Lister. Does anybody remember this dude?
Of course, yeah.
Zeus.
Zeus.
Yes, Zeus the wrestler. Also, he
Zeus
played.
also Friday.
Yes, that's correct. He was
Yes,
Debo
that's
on
right.
Friday.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's got that one lazy eye.
He sure does.
He made lazy eyes a thing. Like they became popular because of him.
Yeah. After that, everybody was getting lazy eyes.
Yeah.
They're getting that lazy eye surgery.
That's right.
Yo, give me that thing that Zeus has got.
Yeah,
Lazy
man. Look how tough he looks.
What the fuck's he looking at? This guy's crazy.
Also, President
That's what you want.
Lindbergh in The Fifth Element.
Yeah,
Tattoo
that's right.
Prisoner with The Dark Knight. Jackie Brown. Fucking like this guy is a. I would say I think this is another S tier.
Oh wow.
But actually, I'm going through the rest of his IMDb. He's got like a 1 out of 10. He kept working the entire time.
Yeah.
I think he's an A.
Eric, do you agree?
He had an episode of Comedy Bang Bang as Major Akins.
I mean, but would you know all these things unless you looked them up?
I do now, so yes. I think he's an A.
You
I
think so? You also said The Rock was an A, so I mean, I think you're kind of off.
Yeah, I think Friday and The Rundown and The Fifth Element. I mean, also like a household name dude. Like he's just like
household name. What's this guy's name? What's his name? Without looking at your phone.
Tommy, Tiny, Lister, Jr.
Zeus.
Zeus. Zeus.
So Eric, where would you put him?
I mean, honestly, I'd stick him in C tier, but that's me.
So do we want to split the difference and put him as a B?
Hey. Okay.
I mean, he fought the Hulk
Right.
in No Holds Barred, so I mean,
He was also in considerably cooler movies than the Hulk. Just fucking like this.
It's true. It's true.
On the basis of Friday and The Fifth Element.
But they made movies around the Hulk, so
They did.
Good ones, not relevant ones. Andy, Andy, you make fun of Colin.
I'm splitting the difference. I'm putting him in B tier for now. We can always change these
We're gonna
after.
be here the next hour and a half.
That's right. All right, we got Bill Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg.
Okay. My accountant.
So
I thought
This thing is Moida.
I finished my taxes for 2026, dude. That really got to Andy.
that was the best line of the night for me.
Are you? Well,
My accountant. So Goldberg that was his wrestling name. He was just Goldberg, and he was this big hulking beast. He was in the only movie I think. What's that?
very Hasidic. Keep going.
Oh,
That's right.
he was in Santa's Sleigh.
There you go. But he was
playing Santa. So
he
that's
was in
kinda
the
bad.
remake of The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler.
He was, yeah. I recognize Goldberg.
That's
Yeah,
really all I know him
that's
from.
the film. Yeah, I don't know what else he's been in besides Santa's
I'm
Sleigh.
just double checking that my federal return was accepted. Still good. Yeah.
How's your state doing, buddy? You're like, state taxes.
Uh-oh.
Fucking Nevada. Like this is.
I would say he's down low. I mean, I actually recognize his name, so I'd say he's a D. But
This is not a jobber. This is not a guy that worked regularly. I think this is a green.
you think he's green?
Yeah.
He
I
just
agree
kind of
with
did
that.
something, and then he just kind of pissed off.
Uh-oh.
I wonder what his rates are.
All right. So next we've got our man Roddy Piper.
Roddy, percentage-wise for me, was in They Live and another movie called Hell Comes to Frogtown, where he's trying to save a bunch of women from mutant frogs with multiple genitals.
It sounds cool.
Because he's the
love to see
last
that.
fertile man on Earth. I haven't seen it. This guy's S tier because he was in that movie and also They Live.
Wow, really?
Because percentage-wise, 2 out of 2.
Really?
I think this is an S. I think this is one. I
Not in They Live, he did a great job. I mean, I wouldn't say he's S tier.
Is this an A? Is this our first day?
I would maybe he could be an A.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only done 2 movies to his credit. He was in that Always Sunny episode. That was
Career
good.
averages in addition to total hits.
It depends what you're going off of. If it's like delivery of, I mean, like how they were in the film versus how many films they made. I mean, acting.
Andy chose for like the Oscar pool.
John is going.
Any movie, I fucking thought we were going to have to watch.
You're like that first 30 minutes of They Live earned him like a lifetime
45 minutes
achievement
just kind of perving on like Kate Beckinsale. I'm so happy we picked this one. Rowdy's a star. Rowdy's a star.
He also didn't wear a kilt the entire film, so I mean that takes
True.
restraint. That's
So
impressive.
what do we call him?
I think it's an A. I think he's an A.
I'll give him
An
the A for the 5.5 minutes of glory.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. John Cena.
No,
Fucking
he has
S.
an S.
Stick him up an S.
Seen it, yeah.
That was easy. I think that was the least divisive one yet.
Have either of you guys watched Pluribus yet?
Yes.
I have.
Okay.
He's in it. It's great.
Cena stars as John Cena, but also he's been taken over an alien hive mind, and he has a 2-minute spot. No spoilers in that show of like, hi,
Yeah.
I'm John Cena on behalf of the alien pipeline. It's the funniest 2 seconds I think that came up.
It's pretty
It's
good.
the best. It's the best message that has to be delivered in that entire first series.
Yeah, agreed. All right, we got Dave Bautista.
Ooh,
Mm.
he needs the S tier. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love him. I
Yeah.
love seeing him. Like The Rock, I could go either way. John Cena, I've grown to like him.
Yeah.
Batista, I've always liked him.
Can we take an editorial pass because I'm seeing The Rock next to Cena and Batista at this point. I just it doesn't feel like the same.
I think.
So we think The Rock should be an A?
Let's do mulligans right at the end.
Okay.
Would you say it this way? The Rock did all the hard work in order for Cena and Batista to get a chance to be recognized.
I would say Cena wouldn't want to be Bina.
Hey.
Oh.
I would say that Batista, in my opinion, I think Batista is the best wrestler turned actor, the best actor of any wrestler, period, in my opinion.
I mean, like
Such a likable
Cena and
character.
Batista are both S's. Like there's no argument.
Yeah, like Cena, I feel like overdoes it the entire time, and sometimes it's pretty fucking annoying, but he also has some great acting roles. Batista just feels like a genuine person.
Right. Like a dude who should have been an actor first.
Yeah. Maybe.
I would
Maybe.
be friends with that guy in a heartbeat.
Also random stat about Cena has put more hours into celebrity contributions to the Make-A-Wish Foundation than anyone else.
Oh, that's nice.
Well,
Oh, that's true. I
cool.
heard that. I heard that somewhere.
I like that.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. What has he done for acting?
He was in maybe 1 or 2 movies. Well, he
Wait.
was
He was
He
in,
was in-
was it Austin Powers?
no. He was in Longest Yard,
Yes.
and he was in another stupid action movie.
Jobber.
The Cold Stone Creamery, the movie.
So you think he's a jobber, not Green?
I'm sorry, Green.
Oh,
I was gonna
okay,
say
yeah.
Jobber. You're being fair.
Yeah, I think Green is the correct
This
answer.
picture of Nash is just doing everybody's job. He's the ultimate jobber. Look at that face. He's got his jacket slung over his shoulder. He's got his fucking Sailor Boy tee on there.
He's getting
Everybody.
stabbed.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's getting stabbed in that very picture.
Oh.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura. I forget what Jesse Ventura is.
Okay, so
Predator.
He's
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
the
What
most
am I
memorable
thinking?
thing in Predator, though.
Running Man, Predator.
I think this is a jobber as a Predator. I don't think he's all the way at the bottom, but he was just.
He was good. I wouldn't say he's a jobber. I would say he's lower mid.
Right.
I think he's mid.
This is our first C.
E?
Not
Or a
not
C?
mid. He's like lower mid.
Lower
Okay.
mid? Okay, yeah, I won't argue that.
I tend to
Predators,
agree with
Predator.
that. All right, I got a few more here.
All right.
We've got The
Jesus,
Big
yeah.
Show.
The Big Show. I could do without The Big Show. Doesn't he just do kids movies?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. I recognize his face. I just don't like everything about it. I
Yeah.
would say.
That's fair.
I like saying on the intro, I like doing the Carson thing. I like doing really big show.
The Big Show.
Really big show. Now, this
Well,
is
you know what? I feel like a lot of these wrestlers, right? They're like, let's give them something easy. So maybe one of their like entry level acting jobs is being like a babysitter.
Right.
I want
Yeah.
to say like several
Really big show.
babysitters in films.
Yeah.
This guy screams babysitter.
Big scary babysitter that the kids kind of come around to, and he's having a tea party, and it's just
He's
one of those-
also got a big heart.
Right.
Would you say job? No, Green. Give him Green.
Green.
Stick with Green.
Green. All right. And then we've got Randy Macho Man Savage.
Buddy. Say it, John. Bonesaw's ready for S tier.
Okay, so I hate we can't bring up like the promos because of the cream of the crop is not okay. So okay, I want Randy in A for two things: his actual performance in Spider-Man and his imitated performance by Beast Boy in Teen Titans Go. It was one of the first 2 episodes I showed Eric's kids, who watched the show for years afterwards. It was like, but Beast Boy was just like, he's a vegan in the show, so he's just like, the vegan cream of the crop always applies at the healthiest level.
You also can't argue with his Slim Jim commercials.
The Slim Jim commercials.
That's right. Snap into it.
I drove 4 hours the other day after hiking. It was an hour drive and then 3 hours in traffic going back because my brother asked for some beef jerky, and he randomly found it was one place in like the Mojave Desert.
Huh.
But Tim and I got discussing because of that. It's just like, it's an interesting thing for people our generations. We assume beef jerky is this commercial, cheap, shitty thing because it's just always like, snap into a Slim Jim is the only association we have. Well, for what turns out, if you drive out to the desert, one of the most delicious things we'll ever eat. So the most impactful, memorable, I think.
I agree. Not with that whole story. I wasn't there. But, I agree.
I'm going to
making Slim Jims look attractive.
I'm bringing that beef jerky back for both you guys.
No. Let me ask you something. Have you ever done that thing with like Slim Jim where you're supposed to just chew it up and eat it, right?
I've never eaten one of those fucking things. They look disgusting.
Have you ever chewed on one?
No.
You just kind of let it sit in your mouth for a bit, and all
the
fat just congeals around the inside of your mouth, and you're like, oh wow, I think I'm not supposed to. Okay. I think I'm supposed to just swallow it.
Papa, I love the energy you're bringing. Connie 17 next Sunday night.
Oh yeah, brother.
So where does Randy go?
Hey, I think he's an A.
Let's put him in A.
But he's an easy A.
I wouldn't kick him out of my cage match.
Okay. I'm surprised by that one.
Why? Come on, man. Slim Jim. Nobody would eat that shit unless he was there.
How about
wet steaks?
Oh, Andre
the Giant.
Andre's like a no conversation.
Oh man, he's a sweetie. I'll say B. It's like a B tier. I feel like you're waving the picture of him from.
What's happening here? Eric is the biggest Princess Bride fan you'll ever find.
But you have the picture with him holding a rock. I feel like I'm being threatened to put him in S tier. He's dead, so put him in B tier.
Johnny, do you agree with B?
It's fine. I can't. I love Andre. I can't think of a second thing that he really did.
I feel like they might have just covered his face up and gave him tall rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's all of them that I thought were fit to mention. Mulligans. So, do we have any mulligans?
Get the Rock out of S. Get the Rock out of S. He's not the same as Cena and Batista.
Don't you dare.
Do we think he's an A?
Come on.
He's got to be an A at least.
Yeah. I'm not advocating lower than that, but
come on.
S is short for special.
He's a household name. He's achieved stardom. He's at the top.
So is the Strait of Hormuz.
If I ask my kids,
it doesn't make it good.
If I ask my kids, do you know John Bautista? They'd be like, no. Oh, that dude from that movie. They're like, yeah, I know that movie. I know that dude.
Who's John
Cena?
A musician from Colbert.
That's John Bautista.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
I hope you're having a good time editing this podcast. It's been an amazing time.
Yeah, that's
so.
The one.
Do we only have one that's split?
Come on, Andy.
What? No.
Don't do this. There we go.
Rock stays in A. Rock stays in A.
Here's
the thing about the Rock. They always sing to the bottom.
Who's the biggest? Who's the best? Wait. Can you smell that? Can you smell it? Right. I don't even watch wrestling, and I know what The Rock is cooking.
Who's the biggest star on this entire list right now in Hollywood?
Is that the criteria we should be? I mean, if we were doing it on that basis, we could ask this to be done in AI.
I mean, I guess that's true.
Who lives most in AI?
Who is like Cena?
Wait. Should we ask AI? Can we ask AI? I want to use the AI card. Let's use the AI card.
What are we asking?
Let's save that for Patreon.
No, we don't have a Patreon.
Ask AI how to set up a Patreon.
Let's let one of the jobbers decide. Nash, what do you got, Nash? What do you got going?
Let's get out this guy Big Show. See if he'll do a cameo for us.
You know what? I'm going S tier with him.
You're keeping the Rock in this.
I got to keep him there.
How could you not? Look at
Have
his
to.
filmography.
Okay.
Have to.
Well,
Wait,
I guess
how is
this is the situation of Rock beats good taste.
The Rock beats wrestling turned actor paper.
That's right. I agree with
Backwards.
this.
It's not supposed to work that way, but it works that way.
I can't control it. I'm just gonna just like they said in the movie, deny indifference.
You know what? I bet if The Rock was in The Rock, Johnny would have made it S tier.
Is this the best 20 minutes of the show we've ever done?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, wait, John, you do have to at least give The Rock S tier for Scorpion King. Thank you.
Kelly Q, what happened to her?
He's like, you know what? It's all uphill from here.
No, she was like, she was the hot chick in Scorpion King, and she was Lady Deathstroke. She had like the big crazy claws. Remember that was also her.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Good.
So there you have it, boys. There's my sorbet for the evening.
Papa's getting sleepy.
I'm not sleepy. I'm just saying, you know what? Give me some of The Rock.
You're agitated.
I know what The Rock's cooking.
Okay. Closing thoughts. They live, or anything else. This was Andy. Andy, let's kind of wind down. Let's think this about you. You could have picked anything. You could have gone with whatever your heart desired, and you feel that. So, if there was one film or just anything else that came close to being what we did on the Oscar poll tonight, because the stakes were not you get to pick the movie. The stakes were you get to program the entire show or whatever you want. Was there a thing that you almost kind of chose over this?
I mean, the only thing was the thing I mentioned in the chat thread, which was the movie Tom Jones, which the very, very, I'll keep it super quick. The reason that this movie was even on my radar, I went to a local bar in Worcester with my father to go see one of the guys that I work with, his band. And
we went to the bar, we waited outside for 5.5 minutes, watching a multiracial fight. Just truly horrifying.
Yep, that would have been actually would have been better. But on the TV over in the corner of this bar on silent is this movie called Tom Jones, which at the time I didn't even know what it was called. I had to Google it to find out. And it looked like the most batshit crazy, weird movie I had ever seen, and I was fascinated by it.
Scenes or things that happened that kind of jumped out at you at all?
Is there just like a lot of nudity, and you're like, I gotta check that out?
It wasn't even nudity. It was just this weird period piece that looked like it should have been like, Downton Abbey or something like that, obviously made a million years ago, but that same kind of powdered wigs and all that nonsense. But it had like these just really random scenes.
Kind of Monty Python adjacent?
Kind of Monty Python adjacent. Very odd. And I thought to myself, that looks like something I would like to watch. Now, come to find out, or fast forward to when we're talking about this in our chat thread, and it occurs to me that I actually hadn't spent any additional time looking into this movie. I didn't watch the trailer. All I saw was that it was an Oscar nominee back in like 1970, whatever.
I believe it was a Best Picture winner, like in the 50s. Yeah.
What? Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I'd assume it starred Tom Jones. I mean, like that's just how it got started.
No Tom Jones in the picture. But at any rate, once I started looking into this, I realized that it was probably going to be a really tough watch, and I pivoted and I thought, all right, you know what? Let's play to my audience. We love John Carpenter movies. We love alien sci-fi schlocky weirdo stuff.
Right.
They Live is a movie that I've always enjoyed, so here we are.
Okay. And how do you feel about like this choice now? I had a blast personally. Papa, he seemed to be having, he was like a good time, but ultimately, Andy, like You busted your ass. You tied Naveen for the 2026 Oscar pool, and then you beat him, I think, by maybe just a single point or two. During
Yeah.
our Razzies run.
I don't recall.
Uh-huh.
I heard it was pretty close. I think you said earlier that we all were tied, so
That's
just happened to be a tiebreaker. And
better luck next year.
I'll say this: if I get to choose the movie, I can't say that I wouldn't choose this movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like I won, even though I didn't really win.
We all won.
It's also Eric is bringing this attitude and this level of kindness and conciliation out because we literally watched Old Boy like before, and he is so saving.
Yes.
He's so satisfied at this point.
You know what? I'm still on that high, and this is just keeping me like right up there. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Would you be here for next week? Fuck next week. Whatever. Well, let's do something else. Old
Boy was just like if you don't jerk off for a year and then it's like paint the garage. That's just like the headspace Eric finds himself in right now. He was so okay. So
man. After I saw that movie for the first time, I was like, man, I can't wait to grow up.
Let's wind it down there. Episode fucking 90 of They Live. Next week, as we said up top, nobody's listening to this point. Naveen is not listening.
No, he's gone.
I hope you're having. Yeah. He's not coming back from Italy. He's not coming back.
I was going to say, we should probably clarify your joke earlier. He's in Italy. He's having a good time, eating delicious food, posting tons of pictures.
Rubbing it in our faces.
Love it.
Ew.
Next week, we, okay, so.
Your job
next week, at least what is on the calendar, Eric and I will be returning for a two-man pod studio, Cunny of the Goose, episode 17. We are going to be covering second season of Dawn to Dawn. Very, very excited for that one. A top 3 television show for me.
It is so fucking bizarre. Whatever you know about anime, you watch this, and it's just taking everything, just mushed together. It's color explosion.
The second season was my pick for Cunny on Eric's behalf, and Eric picked a film for me called The Boxer's Omen, another film by the Shaw Brothers, who did a film covered in our B cycle, Inframan. Eric has told me nothing about this movie. It is sitting on my desktop right now. He's just like, it kind of involves Satan.
Andy needs to watch this film too.
What's it called?
It is so weird. I haven't even finished it yet. It's a lot. Boxer's Omen. It's a Shaw Brothers film. They just throw everything at the wall. It is so crazy. It's like, I don't even know what to say. It's like fighting monk against hordes of evil demons and black wizard that has a special ability where he can remove his head and then throw it at people, and then like the ventricles from his neck will
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy is just making like the biggest face. It's the biggest face. So that will be Cunny of the Goose next week. The following week, the 4 of us will be reconvening to do the new to you neo-noir cycle. With my personal pick, 1980 British gangster classic, The Long Good Friday. That is starring Bob Hoskins and Helen Mirren, inspired by the coverage of Who Framed Roger Rabbit that we did on our first noir cycle. We'll be winding our noir episodes kind of down there. Have not actually sort of seen this one. High hopes from everything I've read. Currently streaming, as we said, on HBO Max. So anybody that wants to watch along does have an option. And then hopefully after that, assuming Skynet has not come online, there's not been any kind of alien reveals in the highest tier of governments, we will keep potting as long as we humanly can, because honestly, we're in the mid-fucking 40s. What else are we going to do on a Sunday night? We are looking forward to kicking off our canonized cycle. This is a look at the movies of the notorious schlock production house Canon Films. Start with Andy's pick, Toby Hooper's
another great pick, buddy.
Sci-fi horror film, Life Force. Parenthetically, don't hold me to this. I've heard on a number of podcasts the most beautiful pair of human breasts to be ever committed to film are actually on display at this movie. It was also an early major sci-fi debut by Sir Patrick Stewart. So There's going to be a lot to talk about there.
Excellent.
That one is streaming apparently on both Prime Video and Tubi. There you go. You get the best press.
Where do the best press go? To be continued.
Gentlemen, episode 90, Rebels, without a pod. Closing thoughts, or we're running insanely late at this point. Andy looks like the best player of both of us.
I'm ready for bed, boys.
Andy was the winner. He was the winner. We were the winners. We are the champions.
Bye.
Take care. Talk to you both soon.